The What's Happening Hoke show is filmed before a live audience and is sponsored by the Rock of Hoke, Rockfish Motor Speedway. What's happening, Hoke? We are live at the Rock.
Ooh, the Rockfish Speedway, baby.
We probably should have been over here a long time ago.
I think this is a lot. This is comfortable. I love the Daily Bread. They got some really good food.
They do.
But the Rockfish Speedway, Brownie's Towing and U-Haul building here on Lindsay Road at one of the busiest intersections in the county.
This is where the problem with the traffic is, right here.
But right now, we're in the palatial studios of the U-Haul building, and we've got about 4 or 5 people over here watching.
Got racing memorabilia, got the trophies and everything.
I got some.
Brownie's back there. Larry Long's back there. How you doing, Larry?
We're fine.
Hey.
Look,
we got Mayor Brock.
we got the
mayor of Rockfish.
The mayor of Rockfish, Mr.
Brock.
Oh yeah.
But
we can have some good discussion.
no, we could really get into it. But first of all, I want to talk about the weather.
Okay.
Because right now, this is just drop dead gorgeous. It's
getting hot.
It's getting warm, and I'm sure we're going to talk about air conditioners and heat in the next segment.
Yes, we are.
But
We really
the weather right now is nice out there, man. It's nice. It's 80 degrees, I think. And then there's no chance of rain today, but I mean, we're going to post this later. But tomorrow, 82 is the high. That's where I think we're going to get some thunder boomers, Mr. Brock. 82 degrees on Thursday with a chance of rain and thunderstorms.
Thursday tomorrow.
55% chance of rain. All right, Friday though, it clears up. It's going to be 77. 77 degrees,
Come on,
5% chance of rain. And then Saturday, on the big day for Memorial Day weekend at Rockfish Speedway,
Racing returns week 5.
0% chance of rain.
Yes. And even though it rained last time, we got it in, man.
And even if it's raining, they got track crews that did it all. Sunday for the Memorial Day celebration.
Big event out here. What we got?
0% and sunny and 82.
And we're going to talk to Brownie about that in the next segment as well.
On Monday, it's going to be sunny and 85. Tuesday, 20% chance of rain and 87. So a pretty good looking Memorial Day weekend. Pretty good. What you going to do for Memorial Day? Anything?
I'm going to be here, try to be here Sunday for the event.
All right.
Of course, being a photographer, I got shoot scheduled
You got all models all across the country.
All the way, some of the best
GPS photography
models.
and video.
Yes, sir. GPS photography and video.
All right,
But we don't just shoot models. We shoot everything. You got an event, something you need covered with videography or photos, we can do that for you.
All right.
Last weekend, what did you do?
GPSphotographyandvideo.com.
How was your weekend?
Last weekend was smooth. This Saturday, I cannot be at the Speedway, but we're having a sort of a family reunion down in Oriental, North Carolina. We've been doing it every year, but last couple of years, my father-in-law was trying to sell a house. So if you're looking for a place in Oriental, North Carolina, hit me up.
Well, I had the shootout this past weekend.
Yeah, you had to shoot out.
Went well, great stuff out there.
Where'd you go? South Carolina, Myrtle Beach or somewhere?
No, it was right here in Rayford, man. At Kangaroo Days.
Oh, that's right. How'd it go?
Work with me.
How many people? How many cars? How many cars?
You had Technique Scar Club out of here in Fayetteville, Fort Bragg. They're great, excellent. They brought like 5 cars. You had La Hobbits. I hope I'm saying that right. La Hobbits Car Club out of Dunn or Benson. They drove all the way down from Benson.
I used to cruise
in
high school, man, with my Z28.
Really?
Yes,
You had a
sir.
Z28?
Yes, sir. I'll show you pictures one day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What tickets did you get?
A couple.
And then, of course, now last Saturday morning, I did make it out to the freshman combine.
Ooh, we're going to talk about that.
We'll talk about that, and we got some video for that too.
Let's get into a little news. There's been some hot and bothered parents out at Rockfish Hoke and Sandy Grove Elementary schools on the air conditioners. And just as a little tease, back in December on our radio show that we were doing in the fall, we had some guests on from the school system.
Jody Bryant, PR, Public Relations at Hoke County High School. I need my glasses. And Charles Taft, who runs maintenance.
That's right. So, and we're going to try to find, Glenn wants to find the audio to what.
Yeah, I got the audio, I got video of what was said. All I know is that it was said it was supposed to be fixed by spring.
I think it was spring, and I think
we got some heated parents, and this is the issue. WRAL reported on it last night.
Yeah.
So why isn't it fixed?
Hey, look, WRAL and all these other television stations, they're good at putting something out that's like a big time boom, here it is and gone. The one thing I get frustrated with large media groups is they like to do the one hit wonder and then they don't follow up.
Well, we're going to
follow up. We will follow up.
We'll find out. We're going to invite them to get them in here to talk about that. And,
let me give you a quick.
Where are we thus far?
All right. the chillers that are for these large buildings, the cooling units, are $600,000 a piece. First of all, shameless plug, the News Journal, and this is last week's issue, but get you a copy this week. Catherine Shepard did 2 stories on this, and it filled up the front page and the second page. And the chillers alone are $600,000. And so 600 for one school, 600 for another school, and you got to remember there were
$500 million per school.
There were other schools built at that time, and they're starting to wear out as well. So they have been sort of planning for this over the last 2 years, but you're talking $2.4 million.
Okay.
All right, now, the school system asked the Board of Commissioners for $1.2 million, and the commissioners only gave them half of what they wanted.
Okay.
So already the school is underfunded from a commissioner standpoint and a school standpoint. So they have to go and seek to find that $2.4 million. I'm not taking the side of the school system. If their air conditioners are broke, it ain't as easy as going and putting a window unit in at my house and plugging it in and being okay.
All right.
You got a large system, and they've been creating the, on top of that, the $600,000 chillers, they're custom made.
Okay.
You just can't go to
Time
train
out.
and buy
Time
them.
out. I'm a parent, and you just said all that. I'm not trying to hear that. My son is in this school. It's 90 plus degrees. He may have a breathing issue. You're in the middle of allergy season. This is not good.
I think they need to bring it up to the health department.
Well, it's going to set up for a lawsuit. It doesn't have to be.
I think they need to bring it up to the health department, because if you read the story in this week's paper, it talks about the procedures of who controls the heat and air in the school. Is it ran by the state,
Well,
or
you
is
know
it
what?
run by the county?
This is one of those things I'm writing down,
Have to be county.
I heard it was run out.
and we need to bring the parents in, bring in Mr. Taft, and of course,
Well, they'll be
Mr.
glad.
Bryant.
Jody will
And,
probably be glad to
what's
come
the
on
answer?
board.
Well, all I know is there was supposed to be a fix in place by spring of last year.
Spring of this year.
Spring of this year. Okay, well, it's May. It's
We're still
90
in
plus. Spring, but it's 90 plus outside.
I know, but I mean,
Okay.
when you got a large project of the size of $600,000
I'm
for
with
one
you.
unit.
When I'm Johnny Baker, I'm just throwing that name. I don't know if there is a Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Baker. If I'm little Johnny Baker and I'm sitting in my seat trying to study and concentrate
I'm
on this
pulling-
test that I'm taking, and I'm sweating, and
I'm
they
pulling
ain't
my
happy.
kid out. I'm just being honest.
Okay,
If
you
it was
pull your
my
kid out
I'd
now
pull
where they
my
go to
kid
school at.
out. I would pull my kid
They got
out if I
AC
had
at
the
San Hope?
opportunity.
Do they have AC at Hoke County High School? Do they have it at East Hope Middle,
It's
West
a
Hope Middle?
possibility they could
I
move
mean,
kids around. It is.
That was my point.
But they just
in the
started
school
moving
system,
them around.
well, we're talking about high school's got over 20, up to
2,000.
almost 2,500 students.
2,400, I think they
24,
told
something
me.
like
They told us
that.
24.
Now, I don't know what the number or the demographics are among the middle schools.
Right.
Up Church.
Oh, they're busting too?
But I'm to the point to where, okay, let's come up with something where maybe we open the armory, a place that has air conditioning, and we put the kids in there, we have class for that day.
Okay.
I mean, there's other options out there, but whatever we.
Okay, the one
whatever
thing I
check
gotta
out.
say is yes, and they are planning.
Bring
Actually,
them out here, we'll have class at the racetrack. Ooh.
Yeah, cool.
put them in this
Yeah.
building right here. You can hold 100 kids.
I mean, it's
in there.
nice. It's nice in the community.
It's nice in the community building.
I mean, I'm
Anyway.
just saying.
Anyway, let's move on.
You know,
$600,000,
literally.
$2.4 million, and one of them is already sat in place, but now they found out that some of the pipelines are not good.
You know, this just keeps getting worse. You're talking about move on. Let's invite them into the show. See what the status of it is before next week. I'm gonna find the background data because we don't have an answer today, and all it's doing is getting worse.
And we can't
I'm
fix
getting
it.
upset about it because kids that are.
Well, I believe the parents, if they have the affordability to pull them out, they can. Anyway.
What's happening, Hoke? Glenn Young. So after the show, I went home and I did in fact find the video interview that we did on 16 October 2014 with Jodie Bryant, who is the public relations of Hoke County High School, and Charles Taft, who's the director of maintenance. And we talked and discussed in full detail the problem at that time that was ongoing with the chillers or the air conditioning situation at Rockfish Elementary. This is that interview.
All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another afternoon of What's Happening Hoke radio show on AM 1400 WMFA, right here on Thursday afternoons in the big town of Rayford, North Carolina. And we welcome you in for our second show of the 2014 season. We want to thank our sponsors, Hospice of Scotland County, Rockfish Speedway, U-Haul, and Flea Daily Bread restaurant out in Rockfish, in the Rockfish community, sponsoring the show today, and we just want to say hello to you, and as the Deke says, to you and you and you and everybody else. So good afternoon. We have a absolutely full show of things to talk about today on what's happening in Hoke, and I just want to go over the weather real quick. It's clouding up right now, but it actually looks like it's going to be a beautiful weekend. It's going to be really sunny and cool, and the WRAL weather forecast says 69 degrees and mostly clear. Friday's going to be 73 degrees, and then Saturday 74, sunshine throughout the weekend. So make sure you get out and enjoy the beautiful outside this Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because it's going to be an absolute gorgeous weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow night, the Hoke County Bucks travel to Lumberton to take on the Lumberton Pirates, and this is a pivotal game, but we'll talk more sports as we move on throughout the afternoon for at least the next hour. But in the studio right now, we have the Executive Director for the Maintenance Department for Hoke County Schools, Charles Taft. Charles, let me get a sound check on you there. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Hal. How about you today?
Say that again. You doing all right?
I'm doing good, Hal. How about you?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. We just wanted to bring these folks in. Also, Jody Bryant, the Director of Public Relations for Hoke County Schools, and a friend of mine I like to call. She works with me on the Partners in Education Board, and we really do some good things. And maybe down the road we can have some discussion on Partners in Education. I believe we have a meeting coming up real soon. Jody, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Hal. How are you?
I'm doing all right. And the reason I wanted y'all to come on today is there's been some breaking news, I guess, over the last couple of days about the air conditioning system at Rockfish Hoke Elementary. I think I got that right. And, you know, it was on the television, it's in the newspaper, and the News Journal, of course. It happened after we came out yesterday. So the local paper will have more information on it next week, and Jody's probably already talked to our reporter, Catherine Shepard. And I just wanted to ask, you know, there were some parents' complaints about the air conditioner. And of course, you know, if your air conditioner is not working in the school system, you're going to complain about it. You're going to hear about it. But what we want to do is we want to clarify anything that is going on with the situation and where we are at and where we're moving forward. So Jody, just give us a little brief rundown of what's happened with the air conditioner at Rockfish Hoke, and what is the county doing to work towards making it better?
Sure. Well, first, let me say thank you for having us on today to talk about this. We always like to make sure our community is informed of what's going on in our schools, so we're excited that you invited us out today to talk about this issue. First, let me say that our top priority of Hoke County Schools is to make sure that our students have a healthy, safe, and comfortable learning environment. And that's for all of our students. Unfortunately, sometimes our equipment does fail us, and that happened last week when the AC unit at Rockfish Hoke Elementary did quit. Our principal at Rockfish Hoke, Mr. Sean O'Connor, he did a great job of sending a letter out to all of our parents, letting them know about the situation and what we're doing to fix that situation. So really what we're doing is we have plans to replace the entire unit before the weather warms up again in the spring of next year. The problem with repairing the unit, and the reason we're not doing that, is it's a time issue. It's an older unit, and in order to get the parts that have broken, it would take months to fabricate those parts and get them installed. So instead of repairing, we're just going to replace the entire unit. Our Board of Education has been very supportive of the process. They have approved purchasing the new unit and the installation of that. So we're excited to get that new unit up and running before the weather warms up the spring of next year. And I will say, honestly, I think we're quite lucky that if an AC unit is going to go out, I'm glad it went out when it did, when the weather is cooling off a bit. It's 68, 69 degrees outside right now, so it makes it a little more optimistic for us.
Right. You mentioned a little bit about the air conditioning unit, and that's why we've got the expert in here, Mr. Charles Taft, the Director of Maintenance, Executive Director of Maintenance for Hoke County Schools. He's been around here since dirt began, right? He's been around for a while,
Nice.
and I just wanted to ask, you know, you had mentioned, you know, first of all, it's not a typical air, it's not like the air conditioning unit in your house, right, Charles?
No, you need to understand what this is. This is a chiller, air-cooled chiller, and this is something you use in a commercial industry or a factory, something like that. What happens is there are compressors that are staged that drops the temperature of water. Water is pumped through the building, pumped through coils, through air handlers, and the air is blown across it. That's what cools the classrooms and stuff down. This is not a typical air conditioning you find in someone's home or stuck in somebody's window. So this is something totally out of the ordinary for that.
And it was brought up by some of the parents that this issue had been going on for years past. Tell us, I mean, obviously, air conditioning, just like the one in my home, just like the one in our office, we have to have, number one, service on a regular basis, maintenance on a regular basis. But every now and then, these air conditioners will not cool properly, and you have to go in and inspect them, recharge them. You have to do little, checks on them and things like that. Has there been any issues in the past with the air conditioner?
Well, you got to understand, this thing is over 20 years old.
Wow.
So most times, if you get anything 20 years or more out of a chiller, you're doing real good because they usually start failing at that point. We service these things every year. We keep an eye on them every year. The only thing about chillers are they're only used in the summertime. So the rest of the time they're actually shut down. Normally, October is our time of the year we shut all our chillers down anyway because we don't want to waste that electricity for running chillers when we don't need them. And then we crank them back up in the spring. And we always check the freon levels in them, always check the fans and everything on them. It's a very complicated piece of equipment to be as old as it is, and you got to kind of baby it. You have to go in and kind of rub on it a little bit and say, please crank up. But it has been running good. Haven't had any problems with it up to this year, but it's just time to be replaced.
And from time to time, Hoke County Schools, I have a little history experience with the air conditioner we did at the gymnasium for Hoke County High School. That building's been around for a while as well, and they were wondering how could they continue to keep the people, the students, the fans, especially during basketball games. And they, a few years back, they were able to finance I guess it's a new modern style air conditioner. And to tell you the truth, it just seems to me that there's so much expense and so much time involved in taking care of our facilities, our buildings, our maintenance and stuff like that. So the air conditioner unit, when it goes out in a school the size of Rockfish Hoke Elementary, it's going to be a major effort to repair it. And is there anything that we can do in the meantime to help the students, help the faculty, and the families at Rockfish Hoke?
Well, the only thing we can do about it, like I said, it's shut down completely. We do have box fans in all the classrooms, and we're very fortunate in that where that school is laid out, they are able to open up some windows and some doors to get some draft through the building. People need to understand it's not shut down completely. The air handlers are still running, which pulls in some outside air. There's a certain percentage that you're required to pull in at all times anyway. So it is moving air throughout the building, so it's not like a stagnant place. There's no air movement at all in the building itself. And also just want to make sure everyone understands that this has anything doesn't to do with the heating part of it. That's two totally separate systems. So when the wintertime rolls around, the boilers will fire up, and they'll have heat in the building, and when spring rolls around, we'll replace that chiller.
All right, and Jody, is there anything else you'd like to add in reference to, some of the information that you had heard about and from the parents and the concerns of the family members, and anything else that the folks need to be aware of?
Well, I think we pretty much covered all the bases. Would like to say that we do understand the parents' concern. Obviously, their top priority is their children and making sure they're healthy and safe and comfortable. And that's also our top priority, to make sure they have that safe, healthy, comfortable learning environment. So when they come into our school, all they can worry about is learning. That's our top priority. So we want to make sure our parents keep that open line of communication with us, and anytime they have a concern, please feel free to let us know, and so that we can better accommodate you and your child. But again, our top priority is just our students and doing all that we can to make sure they're healthy and safe and can come in our schools and learn.
And if
So,
anybody wanted to get in touch with the school system, what do you recommend? Who's the first person they need to call?
well, you can always give our Board of Education, our central office, a call. It's 910-875-4106. If you'd like, you can ask for me. My name is Jody Bryant. I would love to talk to you anytime you have a concern or anything good to say, something to brag about with your child. That would be amazing to hear and talk about. But yes, anytime you would like to keep that open line of communication, that would be great. We also have a Facebook page and a Twitter page, so yeah, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. It's a great line of communication there.
What's the Facebook page? Is it facebook.com, Hoke County Schools?
Hoke County Schools. Hoke County Schools. Also, we have Friday News. It's a weekly newsletter that comes out. Has a lot of great stories from each of our schools and our district. So through School Reach, we send a text message and an email with that link each Friday. So be on the lookout for that to get some good information too.
All right. Jody Bryant, Director of Public Relations, and Charles Taft, the Executive Director of Maintenance. And we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to swing by, and maybe we'll talk to you down the road about Partners in Ed.
That sounds good to me.
All right, thank you very much. That was Jody Bryant and Charles Taft for the Hoke County School System, talking about the air conditioner